more value in like just being able to reason with him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and
but there's stuff you want to talk to him about that you probably can't talk to your moms about.
Right, and on top of this, I have family that I've never met. You know, and I've always been really big on like the mystery of like where I come from, as even just from like the immediate tree and even way back. You know, I've always been like intrigued.
It's
by
been
that.
said, an unexamined life is a life not worth living. So you're doing what you're supposed to.
Yeah,
and that's why you can see it in your music, fam.
Yeah, so I was a man. I like since Google's around, I'd go on Google and type in my last name, see who I could find. You know what I mean? Stuff like that, and like see what my family's out there doing that might be noteworthy to have someone write about and stuff. You know, and I found out about lots of sick stuff. You know, my cousin doing sick and cricket that I've never met. You know, things like that.
That's crazy.
So
you caught up to your dad eventually?
So as I'm getting older now, we start talking more, and then when I got to about 2021, now I have a little money of my own. I can do things a little better because my mom was apprehensive about sending me out there, you know, and because my dad, he's a raw guy, you know. So as a mom with that, you know what I mean? It's like I don't know if she trusted it fully, you know, because she just knows. Now that I know him too, I realize why. It's because I've heard that when I was small, my dad was more strict, but the way my dad is with his kids is more like man to man. You know what I mean? He's not nitpicking little things that you're doing. Oh, you're smoking or drinking. It's not that. It's like, but
know what you're doing. Know what you're doing.
Stuff.
Know what you're doing. Know your choices. And I believe in that. Don't just look at the children as children. Look at them as little people.
Yeah, that's what I try to do with my son now.
Don't fake the funk with them.
Yeah,
you know
exactly. I mean? There's no need to.
Why?
There's no need
They
to.
could Google it. Like, what are you talking about?
And my mom is the same way.
They'll come back and make you look like a fool.
Yeah, exactly, because they're going to find out one day that you're not always right. You know what I mean? So there's no point acting like you are. You know?
Don't fake the funk.
And my mom is like that too. You know, my mom is kind of like, you know, you figure it out and I guide you kind of thing. So, but obviously as a mom, she's a little apprehensive.
So growing up in those years without your dad, how was it living with your mom? How was the relationship with your mom? Being her only son, and you can see how she must have been really protective of you.
Yeah. We had a good relationship. I would say a really good relationship.
She allowed you to go chill with the man eventually?
Yeah. Well, you mean my pops?
No, I'm just saying, man's on the block.
I was always allowed. You know why? Because I have uncles that are from the ends from way back. So even though I lived like...
So it's like a village type of thing for you.
But even like my uncles lived in an end that's a little up the road. It's not my ends, but I was always trusted to go there if I want. Go by my uncle. My uncle said, "Yo, forward outside to the ball court." Their man know me now to this day from there. That you know what I mean. And I didn't live there. It's just my peoples lived there. Don Mills and Shepherd, all around there. My family was.
Okay.
Havenbrook, Allenbury, Parkway Forest, Graydon Hall, Peanut Plaza, all of those places. Part of my family was in these places, you know. So I was always like, everyone knew my family in the neighborhood. I was always pretty much allowed to do stuff. It was more, you know, it's crazy. When I more came home, it was when my mom tried to more have the leash on me, come back, fall back in an hour or whatever, and it's just, and I would never do it, you know. But by the time, bro, with me too, I just wouldn't come home when I was supposed to. So you know what it was? By the time I was 15, it was just like, I was staying out 2 days at a time and stuff, and she's wilding out. What's this guy doing?
Bugging.
But eventually it was just like, you better know what you're doing, you know.
Only so much she could do. You jumped into big man pants early. Yeah. So you jumped into that early.
When I finally got to like 21 years old, I went out to Jamaica, on my own. You know what I mean? Okay. Actually, you know what's crazy? Now that I think about it, I actually didn't even buy the ticket. A friend of mine bought me the ticket for
Somebody
my birthday.
Volunteered it for you.
Because it was my birthday, and they said, yo, the ticket's $3. You want it? And I said, yeah, it was $303.
That's a dope gift.
You know what I'm saying?
So you went out there quick, fast.
Yeah, and that was the first time really seeing my pops, because the other times didn't count to me, you know? And I remember thinking, when I see him, what do I do? Like, when I roll up and see him, do I, like, hug him? Do I, you know what I mean? I didn't know what to do. I wasn't, because even though I talked to him on the phone, I still don't feel like I really know him. You know what I mean?
Are you emotional? Like, do you express your emotion?
I think so. I think so. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay,
I think I don't. If I
So
feel
when you
something,
saw
I'll
him,
put it
did
out.
you cry?
Well, no, I didn't because it was, you know what it was? He was just too, it was just, my dad's a very mellow person too. So when
Okay.
he seen me, he had a big smile though, and he just gave me one of these, right?
Okay.
And he gave me the thumb, you know what I'm saying? So when I walked up and it kind of calmed me down, you know? And I was like, oh yeah, he's just chill, he's blessed. And I know how my
It's
mom
your dad,
is too.
fam. That's
know?
your people.
Yeah, so the other thing was too, why I wanted to go over there so bad, bros, because I had siblings that I never met, right? So, and I talked to them.
And that's
on
what
the
you
phone
wanted.
and
That's
stuff.
what that's all you're about. You want to explore that side of you and say, who's on my side?
Exactly.
Who's on my bloodline? You know what I mean? So let's get into the music thing. How did you get into music and producing? Because like for most people that don't know, you were making beats before you were actually rapping.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So how did that come about? What was it influence like hip hop wise? What influenced you and brought you to that point to start making beats?
Well, bro, that's why I even like how you started it, because, bro, all of these questions for me, it just comes back to family, right? So, like I said, my grandpa's a musician. He's part of a famous band in Trinidad called the Lara Brothers, right? Everyone in the band is my family. So, just the other day, I was at my grandma's house, and she's listening to the radio in Trinidad, and a man had a lyric in his song about my grandpa's band. I'm just walking by the...
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So
that's dope.
And
so you
I
know
had to
the
double
legendary.
that. Yeah, serious music, man. My grandpa's a man to this day. He's probably still playing his flute 4 times a day, you know?
Wow.
And he plays enough other instruments. So my mom was into music, but could talk. Like, I don't remember a time in my life where everyone didn't look at me like the music kid. And my mom tells me the same. From before you could talk, we knew that this is what it was, you know? So
what was it? What was it exactly that you were doing as a child that you were like, you dancing,
singing,
everything,
pretending to be Bob Marley, sitting in my room for hours.
So you do the karaoke thing before karaoke thing became a thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bro, the amount of hours I used to sit in my room with my tape deck or my CD player.
You know, I was
keyboard.
thinking, were you, because I know you did, I want to touch on it, you did an interview with Master T. Were you in the era of when watching Rhapsody and you were
for sure,
VHS taping?
And that was a big thing. Bro.
VHS taping, you were there for that?
When I met Master T, the thing I had to tell him is, fam, I have some of your most legendary moments on VHS right now. It's intact.
I don't know if Master T understands how much of a legend he is to mans like us in the music, like that come up from that music, because he was a guy.
You know, I think he understands it, bro, because I think so much people come across him and express that.
Yo, I seen him at I was actually with my son, and I seen him with his son at the Kensington Market a couple of years ago, and I'll try to go up to it, but it's like, yo, you know, with my son, so I have to respect that. I'm like, all right, cool.
You have to rate him too, because
Master T, you know, hopefully we catch up with each other. Hopefully you can sit down with me and do this.
You have to rate him too, because almost everyone that tells me they saw him out somewhere tells me they seen him with his kids. And the one time I saw him out somewhere is at Don Mill Center before they broke it down. I seen him in the food court eating. Wow. I was with my mom, and he was with his sons years ago. So,
okay. So you're saying about your the music roots coming from your grandpa, and then people saying just you being so into the music early on.
So my mom starts buying me guitars from young. Even though I'm breaking all of them, she just buys the next one, buys the next one, buys the next one. So
like little toy ones?
Yeah, not toys, but kid size learning guitars.
Okay.
So, and then I would go into you remember the piano shop that they used to have in Scarborough Town Center? There's a big piano store with keyboards and everything.
I believe so.
I think it used to be near the Balloons. It was near an exit though. And I used to go in that store, bro, and just like dream. You know, I would look at the stuff, and then one of my cousins, he was a musician and an audio engineer. He'd be at the boards at shows. And he lives in America, lives in Boston. From I could remember, he's always lived out there. He's a good like 35 years older than me. But I remember he used to like be on tour with like Ja Rule doing the sound for him on a world tour and stuff. He done his thing, you know. He used to be a session player, work on enough things, you know. So he saw that music thing in me too.